Hi guys! Today I want to show you the easiest Devourer build you can play right now. It runs fully Haste. Haste is all you care about, honestly. In this showcase I only have 17% Haste, and this is due to running full PvP gear. But even though, it doesn't matter, I just still want to showcase what the build is, how it works, and yeah. I start with 2 soul emulations, which gives me enough fury to get my first void ray without casting. And as you can see, my consume here is instant. This is due to this PvP tenant here. This makes consume instant cast after we cast Reap. And this is the main reason why this build works and why it is so fun. I know, in PvE, sadly, you don't have the instacast consume, but yeah, you should only cast it twice, maybe 3 times sometimes, but you should only cast it twice per void ray scenario. Yeah, so all you do is cast soul emulation twice into Reap, into consume, into Reap, into consume. Consume is always instant after Reap, and then into a void ray. So you don't cast at all. And the only thing you have to look out for in this whole gameplay loop, in this whole rotation, is when you have to use your instant consume or not use it. What I mean by that is if you start with a rotation I just showed you, you end up with 120 fury most of the times before you cast your first void ray. And void ray will deplete all your fury, or most of it, and you start up with the gameplay loop again, but with very low fury. So what you want to do is, after your first void ray, you cast your Reap, you consume, your Reap, and most of the times after Reap you can already use your void ray again, and you do it. You always try to use void ray right after Reap, because this gives you an extra instant consume to use just right after your void ray. So this is just a free fury and an orb generator after you depleted all your fury. It sounds very complex, but once you do it just for a few minutes or a few couple of hours maybe on the target dummy, you will figure it out very quickly, I guess. But it's really fun. It's the only thing you need to look out for, honestly. That's it. That's the only difficult thing about the spec. When to use your proc and what and when not, just to keep up your smooth gameplay loop. And the other thing is your meta gameplay. Why the meta? You need the haste. Outside of your meta you don't really need haste. You could run without haste at all, but haste is necessary for your meta, and this is due to Reap and Void Ray both get very high cooldown reduction with higher haste. And if you have enough haste, and in my scenario I only have 17%, and 17% is not enough. I think you need around 30% or even more to keep the gameplay loop inside of your meta very smoothly. But it is possible, I'm pretty sure about it. It's very possible if you have enough haste. And yeah, I think this is pretty fun. If you watch the gameplay here, you notice that I'm pressing my globals very slowly at sometimes, just to keep up the instant casts. But if you have enough haste, you will be able to spam it and cast void ray way more often, stay longer in your meta form. So after you are done with your meta, you will always have 2 charges with soul emulation to get straight into your void ray gameplay loop again. So what would make the spec viable in PvP and PvE? I think the biggest sell point here is the consistent damage, also the very good consistent AoE damage. Because with the hero talent tree you cast a lot of meteors, which will deal very great amount of AoE actually. You cast Void Ray way more often than all the other Devourer specs right now. And also, because you cast more Void Rays, you also cast more AoE Reaps. Because the first Reap after your Void Ray is a big chunk of AoE damage. Awesome. And the negative thing about the spec might be that it is not that bursty. It's more of a consistent burst damage, not of a explosive one. So this could be a negative, especially in PvP. But outside of that, the spec is so fun, so easy to play. You don't change like your rotation outside of meta, you keep it up as it is, and it deals very good AoE damage, very good single target damage. Yeah, easy to play. Just have fun with it, yeah. That's it. This is the build I just used for the showcase. You can copy and try it if you want to. Yeah, I will also leave it down in the description. And I would love to hear what you guys think about the spec. If you would try it, if you like the idea, and yeah, what do you think about it? Thank you for your time, and see you next time. Bye bye!